Hola, hola, hola. As soon as I start talking, the cat's gonna come running towards me. She wants me to go down there and watch her eat, but I don't want to go watch her eat. She can eat on her own. She's a big girl. Can you see the circles under my eyes? They're darker than they were the last few days. I have been eating avocados these last 3 days, and I'm noticing the effects from it. I feel avocados are tough on the liver to digest and process, and that is a result of the liver is under stress, and that is a result of these black circles. It's being expressed. The liver is being expressed through this. That's not 100% sure, but I feel pretty. It makes sense to me, so I'm going with it. And I know my liver has a lot of healing to do, and that's going to be addressed, not 100%, but in motion when I do my Zen's cleanse starting next week. So I'm excited about that. One thing I want to talk about today is so right now it's the summertime in La Ventana in the desert. So it's like, let's say it's like 95 degrees about every day, okay? It's a little bit humid here because we have the sea right here, and it just gets more humid in the summer. In the winter, it's dry as all out. So, one thing that myself and other people in the area have noticed is that during the summer, they don't feel like they need to eat. They feel like they can eat less food. They don't need to eat as much food. And I actually 100% feel that now. Well, first off, I don't ever feel hungry, so, but I feel more relaxed. Like I don't need food, and I can just have a little bit of it, which is interesting. So I was thinking, why is that, right? First off, and they want lighter food, like more fruits, more hydrating foods, more vibrant foods. Why is that? Is it because they're burning less energy to keep that internal body temperature up to 98 degrees? Because when the external is below 98 degrees, the body has to work extra hard to keep that temperature at 98 degrees. So it requires more energy to do so. It is put in a discomfortable environment, and it needs to work harder to be in that environment. So when the temperature is cold, our body's working overtime to keep it 98 internally when it's only like 45 degrees externally. Okay, so that's my thought. That was my initial thought that when when the external is 98 degrees or close to it, the body's working less, so it doesn't need as much fuel. But then I was thinking today, well, maybe it's because when the temperature is at 90 plus degrees, the body is feeling less external stress, so it's more relaxed. It's in a more relaxed state, and we feel better, so we don't feel like we need a distraction or a stimulus because we're in symbiosis with our environment. So I feel that we're a tropical species. And on the other hand, in the desert, when it's very dry externally, everything around you is trying to take your moisture, your water. So that's another external stress added upon the body. But now it's more humid, so there's more water in the air, and that means that I feel the body can relax a little bit more because it feels that give and take relationship where water's coming in from the skin, water can leave from the skin. It's easier to sweat, it's easier to take it in. So we can be more fluid within liquid exchange rather than defending ourselves, protecting ourselves, which cause discomfort, which causes stress on the body. And do we want to deal with that stress? Do we want to rise above that stress, or do we want to distract ourselves from that stress and just deal with it? So the common thing to do, the easy thing to do, is to distract yourself rather than dealing with it. Whether it's emotional, it's physical, it's mental, it's spiritual. So I feel that when we're in colder weather, we get stressed and our body becomes uncomfortable, and it's not in a more it's not in a state of relaxation. So we naturally want to consume external substances, food, to stimulate us and distract us, and to make the body work even harder to both digest the food and keep the body temperature up. So that's kind of where I'm at with this right now. It's not about the body needs less fuel. It's about the body's already fueling itself from the oxygen, from the abundance of energy around us, from Mother Nature, from the sun. It's not about that. It's about the stress that's being caused on us from the external environment. The desert, there's no shade. So I believe ideally we're in a tropical place where we're more coverage, right? So we're not in the sun all day long, but we still have that warm, humid temperature where we can just relax. And a lot of people are uncomfortable in this temperature. Why? Because we have a lot of internal stress. We have a lot of acidosis. We have a lot of acids build up. So that brings out the discomfort, the physical discomfort, the emotional discomfort of these acids, and makes us uncomfortable. So it's bringing our diseasements to the forefront. And that's the reason why people can't handle this weather, because they don't want to deal with the stress, the detoxing of the stress. And when in the cold weather, the external, the intoxing of the stress. So that's my theory of today. What do you think about that? Interesting, right? Interesting world we live in. Well, thank you for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.